Hello, welcome back to Farmer's Wife Homestead. I'm Stacey if this is the first time we're meeting. And I went to the supermarket, just got back, and I've decided to do a budget meal. And I initially wanted to do a 15 and under one, and I could have made a 15 and under, but I wouldn't have been able to buy as many veggies as I have. So it ended up costing $19.91. So I ended up getting 8 things. Okay, I'm here at New World and I'm going to see what I can get for a budget dinner for tonight for a family of 5. I've got footage while I was in the supermarket, so I will also add that. So I initially picked up some mince. What I've done is I noticed that there was quite a few things on reduced to clear, so I used that to my advantage. So like there's a little bit of cheese that I found reduced to clear, and this is a really good brand. It's only a small amount, and so I wanted to use something with that. I found a nice big, it's 452 grams of pork mince, and that was $8.36 down to $5.85, and that's quite a lot of, it's like half a kilo, almost half a kilo of pork mince. So yeah, I thought that was quite good. And then I found this tank loaf for $1.50, so that was half price. That'll make a great little you know, like you could do it in slices or just halve it this way and make a garlic bread that will go with it, because in the end I decided to get a packet of penne pasta. I was tossing up between spaghetti and penne. Penne won it. I've got some mushrooms, a capsicum. They did have a reduced to clear for 2 capsicums for the same price as one. But at the end of the day, I didn't have a use for the other capsicum, so I just ended up getting the one. And I got a reduced to clear bottle of 500 mils of cream. So I kind of pivoted from where initially the recipe was going to go, mainly because that cream was so super cheap. And I definitely wanted to get away from a creamy dish, but here we are, a creamy dish. But that's fine because they are delicious too. And I was super impressed that we shopped at New World today, and I was super impressed at just how many reduced to clear or reduced price items that they had. And it got me thinking, and I was talking to my daughter, I want to film a video for a Monday to Friday dinners, everything brought with reduced to clear or marked down price, and that'll be quite a fun video for me to film. Alright, so let's make up this pasta. I'm going to allow myself to use spices in her pantry, herbs and spices, and I'll probably add a little bit of garlic or something. We made garlic bread the other day, and we've got this little bit of garlic butter left, so I'm not going to waste it. I'm just going to use it. But of course, if you want it to be true to this being a dinner, we need for 5. Is this going to do well and truly 5 with leftovers for somebody for the next day for lunch, you know? So it's more than just a dinner, I would imagine. And we're going to have this for dinner tomorrow night. We've already got something sorted for tonight's dinner. And yeah, so so if you wanted to just do it as a meal for under $20, you could just put some marge or butter or whatever on that. But as I said, I've got this left over, so we're going to use it. And she had this sort of shriveled up lemon that needs to be used, so I said, yep, I'll utilize that as well. So I'm going to bring you down, and the first thing we're going to do is fry off this pork mince. Don't need any oil in there because it's got enough fat, so we'll just utilize the fat that's already in the pork mince. And I'm just going to start browning that, and once it's browned we'll start making up the sauce. And on this back element I'll start that pasta. good caramelisation. And I've just got a little bit of garlic, a couple of cloves of garlic, or you could have garlic powder. And I think what I want to do is put, I don't know if she's got any, but I'll have a look. Just a little bit of soy sauce, or you could use coconut aminos, just to give this pork just a little bit of extra flavour. You want to break up. Yep, she does. She's got some. So I'm just going to put a splash of that in there. You don't want too much. I like flavouring. It was probably a bit much, more than what I wanted to put in there. Far more than what I wanted to put in there. Never mind. We will see what happens. But I'm not going to put any extra salt. That's what I wanted that to be. So 209. It's good for another couple of days. I couldn't resist it. And might not even use it all. Yeah, I will. Meantime, the pot here is not far from boiling, and then I can add the pasta to that. Right, I've just put the pasta, the penne pasta. As I said, I reckon it'll be quite nice with spaghetti as well. So I've just put that there. So far so good. The soy sauce isn't becoming an issue with the cream. So what I'm going to do now is just turn this down. Just let it blip away, and let's go and cut some veg for it. So I've got some lovely button mushrooms in there, and I got that capsicum, like I said, that cheese. I think with the cheese, I don't know whether to put it on the top. It's not a lot to put on the top. I think I might just put it in the actual dish. And actually what you could do for the crunchy element is, you know, if you've got some stale bread or something, just toast that up with a little bit of melted butter and then put the coating on the top, and then that's a really cheap way of making a crunchy topping for something if you don't have any cheese. And you know, if you save all the heel slices of your bread and chuck them in the freezer, then you've always got some breadcrumbs that you can turn into a crispy topping. So I'm just going to thinly slice these. Not a huge fan of mushrooms myself, but I think I will be able to eat them in this okay. And I think how many have I done? 7. There's probably about 8 mushrooms, 7 or 8 mushrooms, I can't remember now. And they were under $2. And the best way that I like to do a capsicum is without less wastage, because you see people just cut off the top here, and then when you cut off the top you're actually losing all this flesh, which is really good. So I get my thumb and push down, and then I rip it open, and then it's easier just to take that part out, and then you're not losing so much capsicum. So I'm just going to wash out the seeds, and you can trim off these inner ribs if you like. It's up to you. So you just go like that, and then because they're kind of spongy, and then I need a bigger knife. I won't need all of this spring onion either. I really wanted to buy some spinach with it, but it was $5.99 for a big bag, and I don't need a big bag, but my daughter's got some in the freezer, so it's like, well, if I use it, it'll be kind of cheating. But you could certainly add some spinach to this as well. But this will not only give me the onion taste that I want, but it will also give me the green that I want for the dish. So I want to leave the greens and just put in the stem part at the moment. That's reduced down perfectly. So I'm just going to add those stem parts of the spring onion, mushroom, capsicum, and just leave the green. And just let that cook down. Won't need very long, you just want to soften everything. I might want to put some pepper in there, I think. I think some thyme would be quite nice in here, because you've got woodsy mushrooms, crispy pork, and a creamy sauce, and I think we're going to have a splash of lemon in there, so I think a little bit of dried thyme will be nice. So there's some thyme there, and just a small little sprinkling. Oh, I can't tell you how good this smells. Okay, let that come back up to a simmer. Right, now the pasta's ready, so I'm just going to drain that. And now I want to, I only need a squeeze of this. Obviously if you don't have it, you know, it's just something that was needed to be used up, so if you don't have it, you don't need to put it in there. And of course you can keep using a bit more of the spring onion. The grandkids aren't fans of it, so I'll leave it at that. And I'm just going to grate up this cheese. And then it's just about done. So a real quick, easy dinner, and I cannot wait to taste this. I haven't tasted it yet to see if it needs anything. We will taste that together. So this is a sweet, mild, rustic rua carpap. Oh gosh, rua? No, it's not rua. Help! How do I pronounce that? Red cheddar. It's quite a soft cheese. Maybe I should taste it. That's quite pleasant. Well, that's got some good flavour, which is great because it's such a small amount. Oh, yum. So you could use, if you were going to do a crispy crumb topping on this, you could use the rest of the spring onions in that. So the first thing I want to do before I add the pasta is just check the seasoning of the sauce as it is. So I've just got myself a little teaspoon. Oop. Oh wow, that is so delicious. It definitely needs the brightness of the lemon, so we're going to pop that in now. And it's really juicy, so we only needed that tiny little bit. I'm going to pop in that cheese, and I've just turned the heat back up because now I'm going to be concentrating on it. I think it definitely needed a little bit of salt. And once you put that pasta in, it will absorb a lot of salt as well. And I might add a bit more pepper. Another flavouring that would go quite well with this would be a little bit of paprika. Right, I'm going to use the same spoon and just don't want any of the veggies, I just want to try the sauce. Oh, that's just, that little splash of lemon juice has just elevated that dish. Okay, I'm going to go in with the pasta. The only thing about that cheap pasta is that it tends to break up really easily. Wow, this smells so good. Look how much food is there. And then I'm just going to go in with the green. And that is one delicious filling dinner with the side of garlic bread. Oh, delicious. Now let's try it all together. Right, I'm going to get a fork and I'm going to get a little bit of everything. Wow. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Needs just a tad more salt, and I want some more pepper, but I'm telling you, this is a shut the front gate meal. This is delicious. Oh, I love it when it comes together. I don't think the camera can pick up just how much food this is. It's going to feed a family of 5 and definitely lunch, 100%. I'm just going to get a new fork. Oh wow, that pork mince is really delicious. It doesn't feel so heavy like beef mince can feel. Oh, this is quite a big forkful, excuse me. Oh my goodness. You know what? It doesn't need the crispy topping. It doesn't at all. I'm going to turn this into a garlic bread anyway. I'm not going to do it on camera because I'm going to cut this up, chuck the butter on it, cook it in the oven, and we're not eating this till tomorrow. So I just thought I might show you what I did do with the bread. Is I cut it lengthways like that, put on that little bit of butter, and then I've grabbed some old baking paper, and then you pop it on each side like that, because if you put the two ends together, the butter's going to stick, and then it's just going to be a terrible mess. And now you can push them together, and they're easy to come apart. Because remember, I said we're not going to eat this till tomorrow. And then I can pop it back into the bag which it came in. And just tie it off, pop it in the fridge. If you find these reduced, there was lots of different breads. $1.50, you just whip up some garlic butter. You could chuck that in the freezer now, and to buy garlic breads, they're upwards of $6-7, so that's a lot cheaper. And of course butter is expensive, so you could use a good marge or whatever. Not that any marge is good, but you know what I'm saying. So that's all ready. Now to reheat this, if you wanted to prep this for on a Sunday or something and you wanted to eat it another night, is that don't overcook the mushroom and the peppers, and cool this right down, pop it into a container. Sorry, I've got a really itchy eye. Pop it into a container, and to reheat it, all you have to do is pop it into your saucepan. Don't have it up too high. The other thing is that you might want to make the pasta a little bit more al dente. And you can either add a little bit more cream, just because it will absorb that cream, and you want to make it re-saucy, so you can either add some stock or some plain water, but just be warned, if you do with the water, it's just going to dissipate the taste of the sauce down a little bit. Or you could just add, you only probably need like 1/4 cup of cream or chicken stock or something like that, and that will just make it re-saucy again if you go to reheat it. Yum. And that half a kilo of mince, it's so flavoursome. It's so good. And like I said, I don't eat capsicums and I don't eat mushrooms, and I've put it in this dish and I enjoy it. So super happy with that one. Alright, I hope that's given you a nice little quick dinner idea that's affordable and very filling and healthy too. So it's got some good dairy fats in there and some lovely lean meat, and yeah, all most of that was on a reduced to clear. So thanks for joining me, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. All right, bye for now.